update to the when bad things happen, pop the champagne video that I did a couple days ago, just to recap a little bit of a background here as to what happened. So Thursday, I went up to Sacramento, left at 7 a.m., came back at like 8 p.m. When I get home, I noticed that something was different. Doors open, 2 rooms open. I didn't leave those open. Some papers shuffled, things are messed up and been around. Stuff was left out. I'm like, okay, somebody's definitely been here. The panic moment sets in. So immediately I filed a police report. First thing to do. I was like, no, I'm safe. I checked the whole thing out. Nobody was harmed. It wasn't like there was no emergency. It was just a little bit, scary at first. I filed a police report, documented everything. And, then I started thinking, like, what can I do? So that took me, I went to sleep, couldn't sleep, woke up at 2 in the morning. I did the interview that I had that day at 7 a.m. Pacific time on the BSV channel, BSV blockchain channel. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to solve this problem. So when I say solve the problem, I mean, I'm like a snoop that will not give up. I'm going to figure this out. It happened to be like a little clue left by the perpetrator in the garage, which happened to link back to a contractor's license. It was a little sliver piece of paper clue that I found that was not there in my garage originally. And with that, it linked back to a little number of a contractor's license. So with that, I was able to research. I was like, well, I started up a thread with like a little mastermind group I have with legal guys. And we started asking questions. Like they said, oh, where does this link to? And we started doing research, each of us posting comments on where it could go to. I called one of them up and I said, hey, would you be my attorney on this? So I got an attorney in fact to represent me because I was rather emotional. While I am excited about the opportunity and good things happen, bad things happen, pop the champagne, I was still like, hey, if I find this guy, I was kind of pissed off. Why would he do this? So we started doing the research. I had a team of people helping me. I wasn't just me. We started researching, contacting the contractor, the license, how did it go? And it took about, a full day of massive focus. And I was able to find a phone number through multiple calls, got my attorney, in fact, on the phone. He wouldn't take my call. So eventually I had my attorney, in fact, call him, and he did. He took his call. And he recorded the call. And I got to listen to it. In fact, I should probably play it sometime. Maybe I can do it. I can't do it on this video, but maybe in the future we'll have to listen to it to see if it's allowed or not. So we listened to it, and on there he gets him to admit his name. He was like, he did not want to admit his name, but attorney kept asking him questions, probing him. Finally, he admits his name. So with that name, I was able to do a lot more research, and build a case in one day, and go back to my attorney and I'd say, hey, please tell him. Now, the reason I have an attorney in this case is because, first of all, I was an attorney in fact, not a state bar attorney, but an attorney in fact, where by contract, right? Like a power of attorney, because I like to have some, I wanted to stay private. I wanted to stay out of the situation. I didn't want to be revealed like who I was, first of all. That's the main reason I wanted to remain private. So, and also it helps to build a little bit of a layer of protection, be like, I was a little bit emotionally attached to it, even though it was just more personal to me and it wasn't personal to him. So he's talking to him and he gets him to admit his name. And then I made terms and I said, hey, listen, tell him that now that I have his name, I'm going to file a police report against him. I'm going to go after and do we found this contractor's license. I'm going to go after the contractor's license. To turn out this contractor, who wasn't involved, apparently, according to this guy, he wasn't licensed properly. So I said, I'm going to file a complaint with the contractor's board about that. And then I'm going to file a complaint for, a civil complaint, and potentially do all these other things. Basically, I told my attorney that. I said, let him know all these things. And I said, alternatively, he can just come back here and make me whole, okay, with the damage that he caused, which was about, I don't know, $500. Let's just say it's about $600. I said he can reimburse me for that in person, and he can make a decision as of yesterday at 5 o'clock, or alternatively, these are the things that are going to happen. And he was back and forth texting with him, right, my attorney, and he finally agreed to it in writing that he would come back by Wednesday of next week and reimburse me for the damages that he caused. And I don't know if it'll be him personally or someone else, but that's the agreement. And, you know, I'll keep you posted. You know, it was persistence. We didn't go to court, none of that. It was just back and forth, a lot of snooping. And it was just a silly mistake on his part by a little clue that he left behind when he was here. You know, knucklehead, good. He left enough of a clue for a snoop like me to get to the bottom of it and tracking back to other people that knew him to then link into the situation. And so, you know, I it's too small of an issue to like get like police. They don't care about a small thing like this. No one got injured. But for me, it was super fun and thrilling, and a one day just whirlwind of an adventure to get to the bottom of it, to find him, and then have enough help and support to then make the guy an offer that he couldn't refuse. And now he's agreed to come back on Tuesday or by Wednesday and make me whole. And we don't go to court. We don't go forward with anything. It's all good. You know, it's like, thank you. We're good. So that's looking like where it's going to end up. Bad things happen. Pop the champagne. It does take a little persistence. It takes a good attitude. It takes a lot of, I'd say, incredible will. But in the right case, if I keep a good attitude like I did and not get upset and terrified and just overwhelmed, then good things can happen from bad situations. And like this, I'm going to be made whole again. I would say by next week is my realistically target, and I'll be replaced the, say $500 in value, which he destroyed and took. So that'll be it. All right. I appreciate it. Everyone subscribe, like, comment, check out the video I made a couple days ago on this. Check out the interview I did on the BSV blockchain channel. It's about an hour, a little over an hour, freaking great show. Super phenomenal. I would highly recommend it. Motivational. And I will see you at the top. One place. Up. Look up. See you, baby.